Andrew Berry is finally allowed to lead the Cleveland Browns. What do I mean by that? Andrew Berry has full control of football operations with the Cleveland Browns. He doesn't have to worry about Kevin Stefanski, doesn't have to worry about Paul Deposesta. He's able to do what he wants to. And I think it's going to reap benefits with the Cleveland Browns, especially for our guy, Shedeur Sanders. I think that because there isn't any more guardrails. I think everybody is in alignment in how they want to conduct business with the Cleveland Browns. There is a real friction between Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry, particularly with Shedeur Sanders. Andrew Berry wanted Shedeur Sanders to play pretty much from the jump, if we're going to be real and honest about it. Everything that Andrew Berry has done in 2025 just leads me to believe that he wanted to expedite the process of getting to Shedeur and see what he has in Shedeur. Now, if we go back and rewind, in the summertime 2025, when Kenny Pickett was slated as the number one, which, I mean, in hindsight, that's kind of, it seems like that's more aligned with what Kevin Stefanski wanted to do. He really wanted to try to reclaim Kenny Pickett. Just think about that for a second, okay? Kevin Stefanski likely went into Andrew Berry's office and was like, hey, let's go get Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett was the first quarterback they got. Then he went and got Joe Flacco. I believe that was like retroactively Andrew Berry. It's like, hey, man, you can't be serious about Kenny Pickett. We're going to bring in Joe Flacco just for some assurance. And just to show you that I'm the boss, Kevin Stefanski. Me, Andrew Berry, I'm the boss. I'm going to send your guy away for a fifth-round pick because that's how I do business here. I think that was the real chink in the armor between the relationship between Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry being fractured. And if you just listen to the tea leaves with Andrew Berry speaking and multiple press conferences that he has done, he has sprinkled in tea leaves. He pretty much said he wants his offense to be explosive. That's a real shot at Kevin Stefanski because the offense really wasn't explosive. And he keeps going back to saying in his last interview he just did with Nathan Segura, he said, yeah, we're at a similar time period from when we were at 2021. Now we're at 2026. And he alluded to we had a young quarterback at the time, and we, did everything to, put pieces around that young quarterback. So Andrew Berry is telling you that Shedeur is the guy without just explicitly saying that Shedeur is the guy. Because, he's not. Here's the thing. A lot of things are being shored up in-house. I don't think we're going to get the leaks that we got under Kevin Stefanski and Paul Deposesta. There was little leaks here, leaks there. Oh, it was just too much. Andrew Berry is tightening that up. He's like, all right, I'm the head honcho here. This is how it goes. This is my vision for the team. I'm telling you, man, the Cleveland Browns are going to be so much better getting Kevin Stefanski and Paul Deposesta up out of Cleveland and letting Andrew Berry actually run his team. Because that's why Jimmy Haslam chose Andrew Berry over Kevin Stefanski. Now we're going to actually see Andrew Berry actually lead the team. Now we're going to actually see Andrew Berry lead the team forward with his quarterback. His quarterback is Shedeur Sanders. All right, we got Deshaun Watson there. They're going to take a look at Deshaun. They're going to be like, all right, if we got something with Deshaun, then we got something with Deshaun. But I think they know what they have in Deshaun. I think they know that he's a shell of himself and that he's going to be a good mentor to Shedeur Sanders. And he's not going to cause that much of a tizzy because he's slated for $80 million next year. So Deshaun Watson is good in the hood, as they would say. Deshaun Watson ain't worried about starting a game. He got $80 million guaranteed. See, Cleveland media, they getting this all wrong. He's not going to be a distraction in the locker room because I think he knows what his role in the team is. Sure, and it said he wants to be a starter, but I think he's also okay with the fact that he might be holding a clipboard or an iPad and, helping Shedeur out. They keep talking about, the veteran in the room. The Cleveland media, they want to deflect to the veteran in the room. We already have a veteran in the room. I mean, you ain't going to find anybody on the open market that has 3 Pro Bowls, led the league in passing at your disposal. And you already paid him $80 million a year. So Andrew Berry knows this. Okay, so they might bring in somebody else. They're not bringing in Malik Willis. Y'all get that out your mind. Okay, those are just rumors. That's not coming from Andrew Berry. I ain't hear Andrew Berry once say that he's thinking about bringing in Malik Willis. Y'all need to get that out of your mind. I don't think they're bringing in Kirk Cousins. What I think they're gonna do, I think they're gonna trade Dylan Gabriel away. They're gonna recoup a 6 or 7 round pick for him. And they're going to realize, hey, that was a mistake. Andrew Berry has already shown if he does not like a quarterback or he doesn't see any value with the quarterback, that he does not mind moving on and getting draft compensation for that. We saw that with Kenny Pickett. We saw that with Joe Flacco just last year. So Dylan Gabriel, he's going to be up out of here. We're going to be like, hey, that was a mistake. We're going to recoup a 6 or 7 round pick for him. We're going to send his ass to Atlanta. And Kevin Stefanski, he can deal with him too. They can have their bromance. They part of the same media team or same lawyer group. I don't know. They're in cahoots somehow. You can send him to Atlanta. He can do whatever he wants to there. They can suck together in Atlanta. Pause. But yeah, Andrew Berry. I like the direction with Andrew Berry. He got 2 first-round picks at his disposal. And I know people are like, well, I mean, he gave up a lot for Deshaun Watson, this, that. Look. Y'all want to act like Kevin Stefanski had nothing to do with that. That was a collaborative effort in my mind. Okay, so they realized that didn't work. They're pivoting off that. They're going on to Shedeur Sanders. Jimmy Haslam has already said, essentially, explicitly without saying it, we swung a miss with the Deshaun thing. I don't think they're going to kick the tires on Deshaun. They're going to realize Deshaun's going to be on the team. It's cheaper to keep her, as they would say. He's not going anywhere. But as far as the future of the Cleveland Browns, the future of the Cleveland Browns is with Shedeur Sanders. They are going to build around Shedeur Sanders. Cleveland media, especially the haters of Cleveland media, they need to get that through their thick skulls. That Andrew Berry trusts Shedeur Sanders. Okay, he got Todd Monken for a reason. You got Todd Monken for a reason. I mean, Todd Monken has been enamored with Shedeur for like the past 5 years. So he got his guy, and he already said, hey, look, I'm going to fit my system to fit a quarterback. I like a quarterback that's explosive. I like a quarterback that's athletic. I don't want no statues back there. So, Kirk Cousins, are y'all serious, Cleveland media? Kirk Cousins would categorize as a statue, right? No, that's not going to happen. Malik Willis is athletic, but Malik Willis is going to cost you $25-30 million a year. That doesn't make much sense if you're Andrew Berry. Andrew Berry is a capologist. Andrew Berry understands money and how to manipulate the cap. He is not going to bring in Malik Willis because he knows that's an expensive option at quarterback. He knows what he's doing. He's going to keep Deshaun, he's going to keep Shedeur, and he's going to probably draft another quarterback in the middle round, maybe like a Carson Beck. I know people don't want to hear that, but Carson Beck does have time in with Todd Monken. So I can see them definitely taking a flyer on Carson Beck probably in the 5th or 6th round if he's there. Okay? Y'all need to start applying logic to this. There is nothing that Andrew Berry or Todd Monken have done since they have been like this that would lead me to believe that they don't believe Shedeur Sanders is going to be their guy moving forward. Everything that they have done aligns to Shedeur Sanders being QB1. Cleveland media knows that. The haters in Cleveland media, they know that. They just want to be purposely obtuse and dense about it. People on the UCSS, they know that too, but they have to drum up these goofy narratives that, oh yeah, we're going to give Malik Willis. Yeah, they're kicking the tires on Kirk Cousins. Hey, what makes y'all think Shedeur be QB1? Well, maybe because Andrew Berry pretty much moved heaven and earth to clear the runway for Shedeur to be the QB1. I mean, these people, they act like we can't see this. Andrew Berry literally got rid of 2 quarterbacks that were veteran quarterbacks so that he can force Kevin Stefanski's hand and be like, hey, yeah, you're playing Shedeur. Even if you don't like playing Shedeur, even if you're trying to sabotage Shedeur, he's going to get an opportunity to go out there and play. And I don't care what it looks like. I have faith in Shedeur when he has a system in place and he has actual talent around him that he will be our quarterback for the future. Andrew Berry is probably the best thing that's happened to Cleveland because he has faith in Shedeur, and Shedeur Sanders is the best thing that's going to happen to Cleveland. He is what the Cleveland Browns have been looking for, and Andrew Berry knows that. He knows that in spades, and all the people that don't rock with that kind of thinking and theory, y'all need to get on board. Shedeur is going to be in Cleveland for quite some time, and it's because of Andrew Berry moving heaven and earth, getting these retreads, getting these old quarterbacks out of there. They're going to trade Dylan Gabriel away. They're going to clear the runway for Shedeur to be QB1. He's going to get a real shot to show what he got to Andrew Berry. And, hey, I think Andrew Berry, he's taking a real risk here. It's risky going with Shedeur, but the benefits, I believe, outweigh the risks. Okay? Your reputation's on the line, Andrew Berry. If you swing and miss with Shedeur, you're probably not going to be with the Cleveland Browns as a GM next season. So this is a very interesting gamble, but I think it's a pretty, it's a necessary gamble for Cleveland. You gamble on Shedeur. If you hit, you're going to reap the benefits of that. If not, if you flame out, well, Andrew Berry's not going to be here in 2027, and you'll be able to get your quarterback of the future in 2027 because that's a much better quarterback class than the one that's in 2026. All right, KSK Sports rolling out. Peace. Like and subscribe.